Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. We are here at Aldershot police station, which you may recognise from a video a couple of months ago featuring this guy, Sergeant Clarkson, the temporary sergeant.
So please
Have
leave.
you put some aftershave on just for me?
Please leave, please. Okay, you're on private property, you are trespassing right now. No.
You've not identified yourself,
Sorry, neither of you.
and you've not told me you're recording.
Okay, that's
Why
fine.
don't you stick to your policies? Why is it always ones with the thin blue line that don't stick to their policies?
Okay, my name's TPS Clarkson 27394, based at Aldershot Police Station. Listen, I don't really care whether you're filming me or not.
No,
It
you
can
don't
go
care.
on YouTube or
And it will,
you
yeah.
like. Perfect. You do what you want to do. You're on
Yeah.
private property. Please leave.
And you do what you want to do.
Thank you very much. Please
As
leave.
long as it's within the law.
It is within the law because you're on private
It is.
property. Please leave.
I'm going to step onto the footpath.
Yeah, you're going to be getting off our private property. Okay.
Well, I'm going to step onto the footpath.
You're going to be getting off private property or you'll be arrested for breach of the peace. Yeah, please don't come around here again, okay, because you'll be arrested for breach of the peace, okay?
Thank you very much for being a tyrant.
Sorry, what did you call me?
Being a tyrant?
A tyrant?
Yeah.
Am I a tyrant? I'm not interested in getting an argument with you.
I'm not
Keep
interested
calling me
in
names
arguing.
And you'll be arrested for a public order offence, okay? Thanks very much.
So I've come here today wearing a t-shirt with his quote on it. Call me a tyrant again and I'll arrest you. So we are here and we're going to wear this and we're going to see, is he going to arrest me? And I'm also going to tell you about the complaint that I've had upheld. So I'm going to go to the glasses so that I can hold the pages and read. Now actually what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly what we did last time. We're going to walk around past the magistrate's court. So interesting to note about this, I made the complaint anonymously. However, when they sent me my complaint outcome, they used my full name just to let me know that they know who I am. I've watched your YouTube channel. There is no body worn footage. Very convenient. So their first complaint was that temporary sergeant was rude and dismissive. I've watched your YouTube film of the incident titled Thin Blue Line Bully under Absolute Audits, where your email address appertains to. Clarkson, I agree was a little blunt with you on occasions in the footage. He is polite in his requests to ask you to leave initially, however, then things deteriorate a little. In the main, I can see he is frustrated with you, and this has come across as being dismissive. I can see how you felt that some of his conduct was rude. At points, however, you have goaded him unnecessarily, and you have admitted in your own film that you had pushed him as far as you could. Now, they've slightly twisted that. In the original video I said that I couldn't push things any further, so I did as he asked me to, because I had places to be and couldn't get arrested. So they've sort of taken my words out of context, slightly though. You're at liberty to film at police station and police officers, police cars, etc. from a public area. However, my advice to you is to ask blah blah blah, no thank you. I note from other videos you have posted on YouTube, blah blah blah. That's got no relevance. Not all areas of the police station are public. I have, however, spoken to TPS Clarkson's supervisor, who has already debriefed the officer and made it clear to him to remain professional at all times. I therefore conclude that the service provided by, as in to buy something, was not acceptable. So that's point 1 upheld. Point 2 of the complaint. You state the officer didn't advise that he was recording. You state blah blah blah. My response is as follows. You are correct in that we do require officers and staff to announce when they are using body-worn video cameras, and if and when they're recording in line with force policy. Although this is not a lawful requirement, well, it kind of is. We do expect it to happen. I conclude that the service provided by, wrong by again, the police was not acceptable. That's a PCSO in that van, by the way. Point 3. The complainant is unhappy that the sergeant didn't identify himself. You state the officer didn't identify himself. Blah blah blah. You are correct that Clarkson did not initially identify himself. However, only a short way into your interaction, he does. He has not refused to provide his details totally. He will, however, be reminded to identify himself when asked to do so by a member of the public, more promptly. Please accept my apologies, that's rare, that this did not happen as immediately as you would have expected. I therefore conclude that the service provided by the police was not acceptable. That's 3 out of 3. Your complaint. The complainant is dissatisfied that TPS Clarkson physically touched him. You state that he touched you and this is unwanted contact. I've spoken with TPS Clarkson and also the other police officer who was present. Neither officer remembers Clarkson touching you. Your own video does not show this either. I can see no contact between the officer and yourself on your video. I think that's correct because of the angle. It wasn't caught on film. Are there CCTV cameras around here? I mean, it happens sort of here, so not really. I can hear you say don't touch me on the video clip as he's holding out a hand, but the hand doesn't touch you. Well, you can't specify that because you've just said here that you can't see whether he did or not. Therefore, the service provided by the police was acceptable. I wouldn't say it was acceptable, but I can see their point there. And the final part is the complainant believes he was threatened with arrest unlawfully. This is where it gets interesting. You state, TPS Clarkson threatened to arrest you for a breach of the peace and the Public Order Act offence which you believe to be against the law, namely Section 26, Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015. A police constable listed in subsection 3 commits an offence if he or she exercises the powers and privileges of a constable improperly, and he knows or ought to know that the exercise is improper. Now I've got the legislation here, so it's correct, it does say that. This is where it gets interesting. They actually referred this to the force solicitor. It is clear on your YouTube video that TPS Clarkson has said that you may be arrested for those offences which appear to have been said mistakenly in the heat of the moment and are inaccurate in terms of the context. Oh! Okay, so he said it by accident in the heat of the moment and I've taken it out of context. Ah, silly me. Well, if only we were afforded that leniency. I apologise that this has caused you some distress. The officer has been debriefed on these points already by his inspector and advised accordingly for his own learning and development. Ah, lovely. I have taken advice from our force solicitor on the law, as you have quoted expressing concern that TPS Clarkson has breached that law. An extract from his response to me is as follows. The offence mentioned does exist, but not quite in the way suggested. It is a corruption offence and requires the incorrect use of police powers to be deliberate and for the benefit of the officer or detriment of another. Therefore, it only applies if there is a deliberate attempt to create a detriment or advantage. It does not cover mistake. God, it's freezing out here. Well, it's about 6 degrees. I need to get some gloves on. Dealing with the law, there is nothing legally stopping the activities of these auditors in terms of taking pictures. However, a police building and land is not public space. As such, if they are asked to leave, they become trespassers. So whilst he has not breached that law, I conclude that the service provided by the police was not acceptable. So they're upholding that element of the complaint even though they're saying he didn't break that law because it was a mistake. So that's interesting, isn't it? We'll go over the rest of the letter in a second, but I just want to touch on this a little bit more. I'm going to put a link to the video at the end, so you can go and watch it if you haven't already, or you want to see it again. So they're admitting that basically the threshold for the offence for all elements, apart from that it has to be intentional, have been met. So if he'd done it on purpose, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, it was by accident. If he did it on purpose, then he would have committed the offence. So all the elements are there. Now just by him saying, oh, I didn't mean to say that, it was an accident, can negate the offence. Now, would a member of the public be afforded that sort of luxury and that benefit of the doubt? I think that we can assume not. Maybe the person who shouted at the police dog, who's now in prison, shouted at the police dog by accident, for example. And something they seem to have skirted over here is there's multiple occasions. Now, when he was here, he threatened me with one offence. Now, that's 3 times for 2 separate offences. How can 3 times, 2 separate offences, be a mistake? How do you mistakenly threaten to arrest someone 3 times? That's the question that I want to know. Okay, let's finish this letter. Your complaint has been closed and I consider it resolved by way of my explanations above. However, if you remain unhappy, blah blah blah, refer to the OPCC. Well, and then I think there's a funny little thing on the end here. It's too cold to even use my fingers. I do hope that this concludes the matter, and that you have understood my explanation. Thank you for taking the time to raise your concerns with us. Yours sincerely, PSDI 19709 N Mills. So that's that. So let me get some gloves on and we'll go back to the main camera. So this is, oh yeah, we've been in here before actually. They let us see paste, didn't they? Or photocopied some of it. Hi. Is Sergeant Clarkson here today?
Sergeant Clarkson?
Yeah.
I don't believe so, but they've just changed shift, so...
Oh, right, okay.
Who's on? It's gone to lates. You've got an appointment or anything I can help with?
No, I'm just a fan.
Fair enough. I will ring up. Got someone from Hampshire asking Sergeant Clarkson, saying he's a fan. Just been... Yes. Oh, okay. Sergeant Clarkson's not there. That's okay. Thank you. No, it's not in.
So I'm not going to get an apology today then?
Take it.
He's not going to be here to apologise to me then?
Well, no, he's not here at the moment.
That's a shame. It's just, there's something I'm a bit confused about that I'd quite like to ask a police officer about, which is Clarkson committed an offence, to my understanding, and the force solicitor admitted that the elements of the offence had been met. However, they caveated it by saying he didn't intend to commit the offence, it was an accident, so therefore nothing will be done about it. So I'm just wondering, why am I not afforded that leniency? Why are the public not afforded that leniency? If we say, oh, I didn't mean to do it, why is it squashed? If all the other elements have been met, and I've got it on paper, the force upheld the complaint, the solicitor said the elements have been met, but he didn't do it intentionally, so we're not going to prosecute.
So I think the concept of law that we're talking about is the mens rea, the idea of the guilty mind, in the same way that you have to know that you're being dishonest to commit certain kinds of offence. Picking somebody off the street isn't necessarily dishonest, so it wouldn't meet that criteria of theft, but taking from someone's person would. Without knowing more details about the case, I couldn't say how that applied here.
Yeah, well, it's a corruption offence. So I was here filming, and twice he said, "I'm going to lock you up for public order or one of these," and then we came over here, and then a few minutes later, I told him that I thought he was a tyrant, and he said, "If you call me a tyrant again, I will lock you up." And the reason he said he'll lock me up is for a public order offence. So that's three times he threatened to arrest me because he didn't like that I was there. So how can a mistake happen 3 times? They said he said it by accident. So if you threaten to arrest someone by accident, you can say it once. Second time, not really an accident. Third time, definitely not an accident. I'm just interested, and my viewers are interested. We want to know why this is corruption. This is blatant corruption. And what are the police going to do about it?
You're actually holding us to account there. My question is, have you put these questions back to the full solicitor? I couldn't speak on it.
I don't have direct contact with the full solicitor. It was handled by somebody else. I've got the paperwork here. You're welcome to look at it. It's all upheld. The page in question, I think it is. I know you're probably not going to know the answer, but it might be interesting for you to know. There we go. All the points are upheld. Point 5. And it continues on to the next page if you want to have a read. That's the same magazine from months ago. What's this?
So, the part I was most keen to see is that obviously the whole point of this is that mistakes are made at every level, and that there should be built in a system by which to review. And if you're not happy with the way this review's been done, that there is a place for you to go. Have you taken this thing to the next step?
I haven't yet. No, I've only just had this. So.
It's got that sort of 28 days, so just ultimately, without knowing the case, it would be totally inappropriate for me to comment on it and give you the wrong information. It sounds like if you've still got questions, there is a route to be following.
There is, but it's more, should Hampshire Constabulary be investigating Hampshire Constabulary? It's a bit, and the independent complaints isn't independent, it's investigated by ex-police officers, so it's not what I would consider independent. So there is the only option I have is to make a civil claim, and I don't want to keep doing that because it takes money out of the taxpayer. It's all very well me taking some money out of the force, but that doesn't help everyone else. It doesn't stop the corruption. And I want to, say it's corruption in my view, in my opinion. I'm not here on the internet saying 100% the force are corrupt, so don't think they can try that route. I'm saying this is my opinion, my untrained opinion.
Who watches The Watchmen is kind of a totally valid argument.
It is.
My understanding was that the Independence Police Complaints Commission, doesn't sit within a single force.
It doesn't, no, because all the forces are independently owned, but it's the people who investigate are ex-police, police staff, people like that, people who have retired. So there's lots of reports into them that kind of show they're not. To be honest, I've never really had a complaint upheld, so I was actually very surprised that it was upheld. To be honest, 4 out of 5. And the only element that wasn't upheld is that he assaulted me because it wasn't on camera, which is strange because there's CCTV everywhere, and his body cam didn't record apparently. So it's all very interesting. And I guess the only other question: do you have a copy of PACE at the front counter?
I'm afraid not, because we're not police staff. PACE is used by officers and mainly exists because it's a very big document in separate areas.
I didn't bring that thing with. I had a car accident, so a lot of the paperwork's in that car, but I would have a sheet of paper that tells you that all front counters need to have a copy. It's in PACE. If you look in code A, it's section 1.01. I think B is 1.1. It's in all of them, but it says a copy of PACE must be available for consultation by police staff, members of the public and detained persons at all police stations in the UK. So I've got a right to come in here as a member of the public and ask for it. So that's the second way I'm going to check to see if you're... Last time I came in here, to be fair, she photocopied me what I wanted.
I'm vaguely aware of that. That was my colleague. And we found an old copy from an officer upstairs.
And photocopied.
Which, I mean, if you're happy with that, it doesn't meet exactly, the code exactly. And I'm happy to
It
take
should
that
be the
further.
2023 version. That's what you should be giving me. I mean, I went to one in London and they gave me one from 10 years ago, which, this isn't London, so hopefully it's a bit better, but...
But no, I can tell you there is no copy of PACE at the front counter. The only time I've ever seen it was when I've just done brief visits to the custody wing to see how that bit works.
Yeah.
So sure.
But you would be able to go and get me a copy if I wanted you to?
I mean, my understanding is the last time we got lucky that there was a copy in the building with another officer.
Yeah.
No, it's not something that's at the front counter at the moment. I'll take it up with the people who lead our team.
Okay, so it's a no on PACE.
If you're happy for me to just go and ask around to see if I can find a copy, I can't guarantee it because it's not something issued at the front counter.
It's something that legally should be issued at the front
I'll
counter.
take that further on. I will.
And that's something that I ask everywhere I go to see the consistency. And I think only 1 or 2 police stations out of maybe 20 have given me a copy. So it's something that I'm trying to...
When I can find a copy, I'm going to check that code and I am going to take it to my home notes.
Yeah, it will be in the very start, but I know code A it's 1.01. Okay?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I'll just be sitting and waiting.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks. So there we go, guys. That was interesting, wasn't it? So yeah, let's see if he comes back with a copy of PACE. In fact, I know I was complaining it's cold, but I put all these layers on, and I'm boiling hot now. Oh god, it's actually nice to come out of there, it's roasting. We'll give him a few minutes, then we'll go back. And this isn't going to be a big confrontational video, so hopefully you enjoy it anyway. This is sort of what the crux of auditing is about. It's about holding them to account and asking the questions and trying to get answers. It's not all about standing at the back gate and shouting at people, despite how therapeutic one may find that. Hi.
So yeah, I'm really sorry about this. We do have it on the government webpage. So if there's a section you'd like me to print for you, I can do that.
Let's go with A, please.
So I'm not sure it's proportionate to print a whole section of A. Was there something in particular you were looking for?
Well, no, I'd like A. If you can't print the whole thing, then don't worry.
I'm really sorry. It's just not proportionate used to.
I've paid extra tax this year. Can I get a few extra pages?
I have no idea where the line is here, but I just know we're meant to be thinking about where things go. So I can write down the link for you so you can go and look at it.
No, I can look at it online. It's more of seeing intent. So
it's been a good learn for me. I'll take that we're supposed to have. When it does say, as you said, that first section, it should be available there.
yeah.
The answer was, well, it is, but it's online, which isn't quite the same spirit.
No, because not everyone can go online, and I'm here doing this so that people who can't go online, I want it to be the norm that it's here, so that people, say elderly people, can walk in and say, can I see a copy of this? And you just give it to them. You know, that's what it says you should do, so that's what I'm trying to campaign. Some people think I'm just here annoying the police, but I'm trying to ensure that things are being done as they should.
As you've said, it's literally there in black and white. I will pass that off the chain to my supervisor.
Cool. Alright, what's your name?
I'm Jim Phillips.
Jim. That's cool. Alright, thanks Jim. Okay, so it's a fail on PACE. But let's not be mean about Jim in the comments. Well, it's a free space, you can do what you like. I don't censor the comments, but I think Jim was alright. Less keen to watch me now that I'm filming. Oh well. Alright, I've actually still got about 20 minutes before I need to get out of here, so I'm going to hang around. And, seen Clarkson anywhere?
I haven't.
No?
Sorry? Oh,
Do you know this guy?
I haven't seen him.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
He's a tyrant. Oh dear. They've got some sort of yard here that I never noticed. I have to go on their land slightly to zoom in, but interesting. Oh, they've got their own buy time jet wash, which presumably you don't actually have to pay for. What does this sign say? How about clamping? I don't think you can clamp people anymore. Seen Sergeant Clarkson today? Hello? Okay, just ignore the public then. That's fine, we'll just keep paying your wages. Have you seen this guy today?
Sorry?
Have you seen Sergeant Clarkson today?
Haven't.
I just want to see if he's going to arrest me for calling him a tyrant again.
Sure. Have a good one.
Alright, thanks. Well, I meant calling him a tyrant again, not arrest me again. Yeah. So what we'll do, I've got about 5 or 10 minutes left before it gets dark and I've got to get out of here. I thought we'd walk along here, have a little look at the court, and then end up back around the front. Tribunal's entrance. What was their GDPR breach, I think? Hi.
Who you are?
Huh?
What you doing here?
Nothing. Oh, careful.
Are you taking a video?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you taking a video? That's not allowed to take a video here.
Why not?
Are you from companies or anything?
What do you think?
No.
Look at what I'm wearing. Do you think I look like a professional person to you?
No. Have you got any? Oh, that's okay. Sorry.
Police officer. Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't notice that your T-shirt. So.
Yeah. What do you think about it? Do you like it?
Anyone can. Anyone.
Do you like it?
So I'm just challenging, you know. That is
Yeah.
not loud. That's why.
It is allowed. You're allowed to film out here, but you can't film in the court.
But
I can film out here.
Yeah, this is a court premise.
Yeah, but I'm allowed to film through the window as well.
The
So I can film him.
Court manager say.
The goat manager.
Yeah, court manager say. This is a premise, so no one can take a video.
No, well, I don't really give a toss what the manager says, to be honest. I care about the law, so I'm going to carry on. Thank you, though. Make sure you don't leave documents laying around so I'm able to film them.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Cool.
yes, thank you.
So,
Thank
see
you
you
for your
later.
suggestion.
You can go back in. I just don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, It took him a while to read the t-shirt, to be honest, and then I think he realised that I'm probably just a bit of a clown. I've seen Sergeant Clarkson today. Sergeant Clarkson.
I don't know who that is.
It's him. Wearing a police lanyard. Ash doesn't know who you are, Clarkson. Does that hurt your ego? Oh, that's nice. He's just put some antlers on his car. It's very festive. Surely they should be at the front though. But I guess you probably open the front ones too often. There's a tail on the back too, that's nice. Very festive. One look at the back gate, just in case we can see him popping his head, little fat head, his fat bald head, out of the bin or something. Hello? Any fake sergeants in here? No, can't smell any Poundland aftershave. No, no BO smell. No. Now let me just shine a torch around. No, there's no light bouncing off any bold shiny heads. Okay. I don't think he's there, guys. And girls. There's too much hair for that to be Sergeant Clarkson. And isn't rotund enough. Now if you enjoy what I do and you want to support me, it's very easy and free. Just press subscribe. Only around 20% of you are subscribed. Did you know that? Come on, it's free. If you don't subscribe, you'll end up bald like Clarkson. Now yeah, there may not be a lot of videos coming up until maybe January. If you haven't seen my community post, you won't know that I was involved in a car accident, and it will probably be a few weeks or so at least before I sort myself out. I've hired a car to come up and do this today. That's obviously very expensive to do on the regular. Now remember, if you see me out and about, I do have these Absolute Audits lanyards. I've given away a few. No one who wanted to be on camera yet. I gave one out last week to my Uber driver who is subscribed, so shout out to him. But yeah, if you don't, there will be another opportunity to get your hands on one of these, and possibly some other prizes, and hell, I might even give away this t-shirt on there, and but we'll announce that soon. It'll be some sort of raffle type thing. So yeah, look forward to that. That should be announced soon. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe. But from Aldershot, this is AA and the Sergeant, or fake Sergeant Clarkson, out.